Unmani answers the question, what is the purpose of giving our inner identities a voice?
Let's say finding identities or and expressing, giving them a voice. There was a question of what's the point of this? What's the purpose of this? Why? Does it perhaps feed the identities, whereas perhaps we're used to, on the spiritual path particularly, just saying, oh, that's just a story. I'm not going to give it a voice because that will only feed it and exaggerate it, make it louder. And I'm just wanting to make it all quiet. The thing is, when you just I'll say, okay, that's just a story, and wanting it to be quiet, is that often it's not honest, because often it may go quiet for a while, but it pops up again later. Some other circumstances trigger it, and it's anything but quiet. And in fact, the one that wants it to all be quiet is another identity that's very loud. As if that one is allowed to be loud, telling the others to be quiet. So I find that this exercise of giving these identities a voice is not actually allowing them to take over. It's not giving them so much space that they can just fill all the space and overtake you somehow. It's just acknowledging what's actually here, just being honest. And that can mean being very unspiritual, because it's about actually acknowledging the mess that's here. And at the same time, knowing that who you are as life itself, awareness of it all, is aware of these identities, and therefore these identities are not you. They are appearing in you. So the silence or the quiet that you look for is not in quietening the identities. It's in acknowledging who you are beyond these identities. Despite all the chatting of these identities, who you are is still silent, still at peace. So then, why not look at these identities? Why not get really real and honest with these identities? They are never going to disturb you, because you can't be disturbed. You're simply aware. But if you try to become that silent awareness in this human play of experience, this is just another identity. It's the silent awareness identity that tries really hard to do that by, in the same way as the judge we talked about before, rising above the other identities, judging them and saying they're not spiritual enough, or not silent enough, or not aware enough, or they're just stories. But even the identity of the silent awareness is a story too. The real silent awareness is not any kind of identity or story of course, any story can be put to it, and any identity can try to grasp it or do it or become it. But still, even if it does that, you, as this silent awareness, you are always aware, always silent, watching all these identities come and go. And you're untouched by any of them. So this is the living paradox. You know, on the spiritual path, we're really trying to be, in a way, a good spiritual person. Or we're trying to really get it or do it. And actually what I'm saying is that it's already here, it's already done. Yes, you can recognize that. But that's not a big deal, actually. Recognizing your true nature is the easy part. You know, that part is just about seeing that you're not what you think. Then what? Then you have to live. That's where it gets interesting or challenging. Then you have to live with this human that is messy. You know, he or she has all kinds of mechanisms that play out. So then we have to get down in the dirt, in the mess with this human, and ask her what is needed. You know, what do you long for? What do you fear? What are you trying to do or become? You're giving attention to all these little children in yourself. Because when we just say, oh, that's just a story, in a way, as a parent, we're saying to our child, you know, yeah, I know what you're going to say, so I don't want to listen to you. And of course, you know, that doesn't work. They just become more sneaky to try to get your attention in another way.
There is nothing outside of love. There is only you. Everywhere you look, everything you touch, every experience, it is all a plane